Hi, I'm Neha and I work with Reliance. I lead the learning and development for Reliance and a mother of two. So my daughter Vedika is currently studying with EuroKids in playgroup and yeah, that's about me. It is absolutely important. I myself am a psychologist and I strongly believe that there should be a 360-degree development of a kid. When we were growing up, we're all millennials, when we were growing up, for us academics was everything. Now it is not just IQ, which is intelligence quotient, it is SQ, which is social quotient, and of course the emotion quotient. It has to be a 360-degree development. When we were growing up, the opportunities were very limited. We knew that we had to either become a doctor or a teacher or a professor or maybe a medical professional or a bank PO. But today the world is changing. The kid has to be a street smart kid. So today what I'm looking for my kid is, trust me, not just education, it's a street smart kid. If they are good enough, if they're good with communication, smart enough, they can survive anywhere. And the kind of opportunities which are so diverse now, the kid has to be diverse. We don't want just experts anymore. We want not any more specialists, we want generalists where they can survive anywhere and any time. Maybe my kid might not be great with academics, I'm still not aware, she's just 3 years old, but I want her to be very good with social intelligence, very good with emotional intelligence. When we were growing up, we've not heard about empathy much. It was sympathy. Now the world is changing towards empathy. So I want my kid to be more empathetic, more understanding, understand what the world needs from them. So that's my understanding about a preschool development, and the foundation is the key. Right now, if they start understanding and improving these skill set, when I talk about skill set, there are multiple intelligence which EuroKids does talk about. It is not just academics, it's multiple intelligence. You talk about the spatial intelligence, you talk about many other stuff. You talk about music intelligence, you talk about art intelligence. Everybody comes with a different art form. Now, art is not just painting, it's any form of art. I want my kid to get into that level. So that's for me is education in today's world. Millennials are changed. It's not even Gen Z. My daughter is gonna be Gen Alpha, and I don't know what the world is waiting for her. So yeah, that's about the preschool education for me. So when I was looking for my daughter's school, I went to more than 10 schools in Bangalore, which is close to my house. But one thing what I was looking for is parent-teacher relationship, a kid-teacher relationship, which I found here. It was not just education, which I've already spoken about. It was not just academic they spoke about. It was the entire curriculum. I was impressed with the curriculum which talked about the 360-degree development of a kid. They said they'll be doing yoga, which I was very impressed about. They said physical activities. They spoke about music. They spoke about experiential learning. So what stood out, apart from many other things, was experiential learning. And that's one reason which I wanted to get my kid admitted to this school. Because now the kind of memory, or I would say the traction what kids have is very different from what we had. We wanted something which is more spatial, more, I would say experiential, more academically inclined, but still it has to be activity inclined. So that's something when I spoke to the teacher and the principal, I found that is very abiding by the rules or my guidelines what I was looking for the school for. So that's something which impressed me about this school. So what enchanted me most about the school EuroKids was the experiential learning. Now what is experiential learning? Let me decode for you. It's about doing things physically. In psychology we say something called I hear and I forget. I see and I remember, I do and I understand. So EuroKids is abiding by the rule of do and I understand. So they have a lot of field trips. Recently my daughter came back home and she said, Mama, you know what, I went here, and she has not been speaking much. Lately, she has started talking and interacting. So experiential learning, when we teach kids just by vocal language, they might not relate and understand. While EuroKids talk about a lot of physical interaction, they have a lot of these physical toys which they teach the kids, is something which is very exciting for me as a mother, because that's what I also believe at home. I always take them out, explain them things. It's like teaching a kid photosynthesis and don't take them to the sun, under the sun. So it's about that. Experiential learning also helps kids understand the foundation, the basics of it. because hearing to this generation doesn't work well until there's a visual, or I would say an auditory, visual and kinesthetic combination. Marrying of everything makes the kids more understandable. So that's experiential learning, what EuroKids does for the kids. Okay, so my daughter Vedika has been a shy kid, of course. Initially, we were concerned that she was not vocally very active, but lately, as I said, she has been speaking a lot of words. There's a lot of vocabularies which have been added to her discussions and her conversations. She started relating to a lot of things. When she comes back home, she has 100 stories. So I come back late as a working mother. I come back late evening by 7 o'clock. Only then she's waiting at the door to tell me all the stories what happened in school. So she still started speaking, not the entire sentence, but I would say there's a huge shift in the way what she was and what she is now. She's framing sentences which I was concerned about. She started talking much, and she has lovely stories. She has a favorite teacher where she only talks about her. Her favorite is her auntie, is what I have always told them. And she started making friends. She started talking about her friends. While she might not remember the names, but she started talking about her friends, is something which has been exciting. And I wait for her stories. The most interesting part is Jana Gana Mana, what she started narrating. Very proud parent when every day she comes back home and she starts singing the song. That's something which is very exciting, which we learned very late in our life. I think that's the best thing what EuroKids does. So yeah, a very happy parent. I would say a full-fledged, and I can understand where the kids are coming from. So as a parent, I strongly believe that a child-teacher relationship is the foundation for learning. In our scriptures, also we say Guru sab kuch hai. So I think the kind of interaction what she has with teachers is something what I was looking forward to. Yes, she was not speaking much at home. Within those 6 months rather, I've seen a huge transitional change. The curve has skewed towards her speech, and speaking is something which I'm excited and happy about. It is a very important relationship. In psychology also we say that a teacher is a foundation. She gives that spatial space to the kid where they come and unbiasedly speak what they want, where there's no judgment happening. So when there's a zero judgmental stuff happening, no unbiased, where teacher don't come back saying, hey, she's not good. Every time we meet the teachers, like, she's good. These are areas of improvement. The kind of words they use, the language, I would say, the limitations is not what they use. They say area of improvement. A small word changed the entire world of a parent. So I think that's what we have been living with, where teachers used to say, isme ye kami hai, isme wo kami hai. Here the teacher says, these are the areas of improvement. Why don't you go back and work on this? Now there's something which gives a relief to the parent that my kid might be slow on certain things, while I have a very smart kid. But when I look at everybody across coming with the psychology background, I've seen parents start tagging kids, schools start tagging kids as she is naughty, she is too dumb. That's what EuroKid doesn't. When I have been having conversation with the teacher, I always find that space where they give a relief to the parent. Ki koi nahi ho jayega. This is what you need to work on. So I think that spatial experience is something which, as a parent, I'm relieved about, I'm happy about. And I know my child is in the right space when they go back, go to school, they're in the right hands. That's something which is a relief for a working parent majorly, where we don't spend much time with the kids. So yeah, that's about the relationship parent, teacher and kid relationship, what I find here. So as a working mother, we walk outside the house with a lot of guilt. Throughout the day we spend in office, the only thing which goes all around or hovers around the entire day is my kid learning? I hope they're not missing out on a parent being at home. So when I come back home with all the thoughts hovering around me and I talk to her, like, no, she's taking care. There's a 360-degree development of her. She's talking academics, she's talking emotions, she's talking what happened in school. So I think things are taken care. Like, And as in a nuclear family, yes, there are a lot of challenges where you don't have the chachas and the chachis to explain to the kid about many other things. But I think the school is the key and they're taking care of this. So to all the working mothers, I would say, don't worry. Guilt is very normal. It's very normal. Walk out because the school will take care of that. And that's what education system in India has been. It's beautiful. And that's what Gurukul has been throughout. So I think I'm happy, satisfied. Of course, that guilt never comes out of my heart because you always feel there's something missing out. Maybe I would have given that 1% extra. But at the end of the day, if the kid is getting street smart, hard work is important, but smart work is absolutely more important in today's world. I think if the kid is getting things with smart work, with hard work, I think things are done for a parent. And as a working mother, don't worry if this guilt is still there. So as a mother, I'm happy because I have a lot of conversations with her when I come back and I see that the child is developing. And maybe I would have done better, but who can do better than schools and teachers? So that's about the school EuroKids. So when you choose your preschool, be very mindful. You need to look into many other things than academics. So yeah, I'm a happy parent here.